A lot of wind today. Wind advisory in effect for most of the state. And we even have that very low threat for severe weather and maybe a little bit greater threat in southeastern Arkansas. I'm going to go over everything you need to know, plus a reminder, 6 p.m. on Wednesday, KARK, our special on the March 31st tornadoes of last year. I'll get to more on that in just a second, but let's go through the risk for today, which is not a great risk at all. But it's one that I just want to make sure everybody is weather aware and go over all the newest data and my thoughts as well on this. So you have very low risk for severe weather in that light yellow shaded area. Then in this yellow shaded area, it's low. And this is the area to watch, really. It's that medium risk area in Louisiana and Mississippi, clipping far southeast Arkansas. So you see it's areas south of I-40 and east of I-30, especially once you go towards the far southeast corner of the state today, where the main risk with this is going to be gusty winds. All right, 58 miles per hour or greater associated with thunderstorms. Now, there are going to be very strong winds not associated with thunderstorms. Make sure you download the Arkansas Storm Team app. The tornado risk is very low, okay, but it's not zero. I can't rule it out, especially in that southeastern corner of the state. Not a lot of instability. In fact, there's hardly any instability with this. So the hail threat is not all that great. And winds, again, that's the main threat. You see that as medium across the southeastern corner of Arkansas. So those are the threats. Instability, that's the parameter that has been lacking. If this was high or higher, I'd be very concerned. But because there's a ton of wind energy aloft, but the instability values are very low and they stay low throughout the afternoon. If these were to get above 500, especially close to 1,000, I'd be more concerned. But that doesn't happen according to the data. So that right now is going against any significant severe weather. All right, let's go straight to forecast track now. And this is, again, a model, so they're never perfect, but it's doing a pretty good job picking up on that rainfall. This is at 1 o'clock this afternoon. So you see this narrow line right in there. Showers in and out of central Arkansas, but that narrow line is basically a wall of wind and rain. And it could be quite gusty and heavy rainfall, and then it's over. It's very narrow, and it'll be crossing the state slowly. That's at 1 o'clock this afternoon. Watch out, it intensifies a little bit, especially by 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, in my opinion, this is the area you have to watch, right here, because there's going to be some activity coming out of Louisiana, taking aim on southeastern Arkansas. But again, there's very limited instability. But this will have gusty winds, and if anything gets going out in front of it, or maybe even along the leading edge of that line, there could be little kinks in that line that show a little bit of brief rotation with it. And that's what we're going to be watching. Otherwise, you kind of see how that bows out like that at 4 o'clock. Don't take this literally for the location. That's the model seeing some very strong winds. And then this stuff coming out of northern Louisiana into southeast Arkansas out ahead of that main line, that will have to be monitored. But that's at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll be on KARK 4 News at 4 at that point. So again, this line right here, probably mostly under the severe threshold. As we said, the severe threat is very low with this, but it has to be monitored, especially once we get into this area of the state this afternoon, south of 40 and east of 30. So this is at 5 o'clock this afternoon. That's the area to watch. Locally heavy rainfall, that's another issue with all this. That area right in here and along this line, there are little areas that can bow out, produce gusty winds. And as I said, there are times along this line in this situation where the wind energy is so great that right along the leading edge of it, you can get these very brief areas of rotation. And I hesitate to say this because I don't think the chance is all that great, but you could get a very brief and isolated tornado. But again, that chance is low, but it's there. It's not zero. All right, so that's at 6 o'clock. At this point, again, it's eastern Arkansas. You see this down here in the Arkansas, Mississippi, Louisiana area. That's the place to watch. This will be a line of showers, possible thunderstorms that should diminish this evening. So that's at 7 o'clock. Chico County northward. The threat's really winding down and moving off towards our east. At 9 o'clock, you see an area of showers, maybe a thunderstorm in western Arkansas, and that should dissipate, I think, after sunset and just become an area of light rain. Okay, so wind gusts. away from thunderstorms, all right? Not associated with thunderstorms out of the south. Look at that. They'll be exceeding 40 miles per hour in spots in eastern Arkansas. It even goes up to 45 miles per hour in Jonesboro, maybe higher early this evening. And then the wind gusts should start to come down, but it'll stay a little breezy even into the overnight hours. There's the wind advisory in effect for most of the area, even a high wind warning in Mississippi County. Those gusts get close to 50 miles per hour. Wednesday, March 27th, 6 p.m., our 1-hour special presentation, The Day Arkansas Stood Still. Again, that's coming up Wednesday, March 27th on KARK, The Day Arkansas Stood Still. So download the Arkansas Storm Team app. Get that on your phone. You get video updates throughout the day. You're going to get instant warnings and watches if they are issued, forecasts, radar, live streaming for severe weather. Hopefully we won't have to do that. But I just want to let you know about the newest information today. Last week, if you remember on air, I was thinking, the severe weather threat with this just does not look significant. But if something happens to you, it is. And that's why we have to watch it, especially in southeastern Arkansas. The Arkansas Storm Team is monitoring it extraordinarily closely for you today. Have that app, KARK.com. And of course at noon, and I'm recording this late Monday morning, noon, and at 4, 5, 6, and 10, we'll have the newest information. After that, pretty quiet weather. Easter weekend looking pretty good right now. Warm. It'll be warm. And then we focus our attention on the weather for the eclipse. It is within the long-range models. So things change quite often. We're trying to figure out what's right, what's wrong, but the stuff that I've looked at this morning, it's encouraging. But remember, it's early. It's encouraging. So we'll see the timing of, it's April. You're always going to have storm systems. You just want, April to fall between them where you have clear skies. What you really want is for a storm system to come through maybe a day or two prior and just wipe all the moisture. I don't want storms. I don't want any severe weather, obviously. You know that. But you want something to take away the moisture so you have even more vivid blue skies. So again, we're looking at that forecast. We're trying to figure out timing, what's right, what's wrong, what's more likely to happen. But it's within our long-range capabilities now, and we are going to be updating you on that quite often. Thank you so much for trusting the Arkansas Storm Team, KARK. We are here to serve you. That's always what we're here for, and thank you so much for your trust.